All right, it's pile 3. Welcome to the Wyrd Wayfinder, where I am weird, but I help you find your way. I love saying that. Anyways, if you are finding this just now and you're on pile 3, it might be that this pile was the one that you're meant to find. If you would like to see the pick a pile options, you can go back to video 1, which will be in the description below. And the beginning of video 1 gives you all of your pick a pile options and then continues into pile 1. If you'd like to see pile 2, it's also linked below, and this is pile 3, signified by the number 3 on the playing card over there. All right, let's dig into it and see where this one is going for you guys. I've been starting with our angel card. We have Daniel says, divine discernment, trust in the messages within, they are divinely guided. Now, I do feel like this is, for those of you, we really don't want to focus today. Sorry about that. If you've been, I feel like you've been getting messages, you've been seeing signs. There we go, kind of, sort of. Anyway. It's been a day. We are still in the shadow of Mercury retrograde, and it is, I'm feeling it still. So I do feel like you've been getting messages. You've been seeing signs. You've been hearing your intuition try to tell you things. And I still feel like you're kind of confused. You're not sure if you believe it or not. You're not sure if you can trust yourself, trust the signs that you've been getting. I don't know why. That's just what that feels like to me. And it's like it wants you to discern. Now, you might have been getting actual communication from like real humans and being told things in real life, messages, given information, and you're trying to figure out if it's true, if it's a lie, if it's misconstrued. There might be people in your environment who are kind of messing with you and you can't tell who to trust and who not to trust. We're going to find out which direction this is actually going for you. Okay, now the 3 here might be a signifier for you. You might see 3s everywhere. You might see 3:33 on the clock all the time, or something to that effect, and that's like your sign from spirit that something is happening here. It also feels a little bit like you're trying to do something, like you're trying to create something. You could have like a project you're working on or something to that effect, and you're struggling with it because you're not sure which way to go. And maybe that's where this discernment comes in, learning to trust that you can choose the right direction for whatever it is you are trying to create. We will continue so that we will find out. All right, let's see. We have accept, to acknowledge, to recognize, to register as true, to validate, to affirm, to own. Interesting that it says to recognize, to register as true. When we're talking about, Daniel's over here talking about divine discernment. And on the bottom of the card, it says processing. That happens to be the category that this particular card is in the deck that I used it from. However, I feel like that's relevant for some reason. Like you are trying to process through some sort of information, whether it is your intuitive information or information that is coming into you from your environment. And I also am getting this vibe because it says to register as true, to validate, affirm, to own. So like there's something, you have a feeling about something, you have an idea or something to that effect, and they're trying to give you this confirmation to trust yourself. Like maybe you're doubting yourself. Maybe other people are making you doubt yourself. Maybe other information is making you doubt what you believe to be true. But this is like, no, accept your truth. Accept that what you feel through your heart, through your intuition is the truth. Despite whatever is being told to you or whatever reality is reflecting at you right now, the way you feel about something is the truth. And they want you to use your divine discernment to be able to tell the difference. Trust yourself. Okay, trust yourself is key here. We have break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, and rewriting the future. Ooh, that's some big energy, pile 3. Okay, so you are definitely working through something. I do feel like this is relationship related for a lot of you and possibly work related for others. but break the chains. So you are breaking through some ancestral karma right now. And that is why it feels confusing to you. It might even be your own family that is making you doubt yourself because they still continued that karma and you're the one over here trying to break it. So you're doing something differently and they're like, why are you doing that? You're wrong to do that because it's different. Why would you need to do that? Like they're just questioning you. And you're like, no, because this is what feels like it makes sense to me. I feel this actually. Like if you grew up feeling like the world didn't make sense, like your family didn't make sense, but you were made to think that you were the crazy one, and they're like, no, trust you're crazy, okay? Because you're not crazy. You make sense. It's the people that you grew up around in your environment that didn't make sense. They're the ones that have this ancestral pattern, and now you're meant to break it. That's for somebody, for some of you, except you're crazy, okay? I feel this. I feel this. Like you really need to. You might even be a life path 3. That's just, I don't know. I feel like that's important for somebody, some sort of kind of confirmation for somebody. You might be a life path 3. You might even be a 33, which is a divine number. So you are really working through something very deep in your soul. This could definitely be some inner power struggles going on here, and you're meant to accept your own reality as truth and to stop caving to the limitations of the people around you because they are the ones still perpetuating this in ancestral patterns. And it could be a work environment, it doesn't have to be family, it could be a relationship, but you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to live in a way that makes sense to me. And the reason it makes sense to you is because you're breaking the ancestral pattern, you're healing it, and you're writing a new future for yourself. And that new future is what makes sense to you. And it's going to change things. It's going to change the line of your ancestry to finally put to rest some sort of pattern that has been ongoing. Now that could look very different for everybody, so I'm not going to break that down much further. If this resonates with you, you'll recognize whatever that is. Now we also have Ocean of Divine Wrath, Anger, Resentment, and Vengeance. Ooh, that just got spicy really quickly. Divine Wrath. Some of you have some sacred rage, as my friend would call it. Okay, and you're kind of meant to use it. You're not meant to let it burn you up inside. Okay, you're meant to use it to fuel this new life that you're meant to live. But also, some of you carry too much. You're angry and resentful, possibly at your family, possibly at your parents, possibly at your job. Like you carry a lot of anger at something in your life because of this karma. And it's not the people that you're angry at, it's yourself. Ouch. Okay, that's for somebody. It's yourself because you're letting them overrule your inner authority. You've been suppressing your authenticity to make them happy, to continue this ancestral pattern. And maybe that is the pattern, is that they've been suppressing their inner authority. They've been overruled by things outside of themselves. And you're tired of being suppressed. And you're like, why are we like this? Why are we living this way? Why are we letting people tell us what to do? Why are we caving to these people in our lives? Why are we not allowed to live our best self? Why are we not allowed to be powerful? I do feel like you are very powerful, Pile 3. I feel like you are very, very powerful. You have this inner fire that could take over the world. Like you could create with that fire and do whatever you want, or you could burn everything down at the same time. Because fire is like that. It is creative and destructive. Yes, that is a vibe here. And I feel like your power has been intimidating to people throughout your life and has caused some issues for you. And so you have suppressed it. And you're supposed to own it. And not in the way of like, she's vengeful. We don't want to be vengeful. Okay, that is the shadow side of anger. Anger is showing you where something is not aligned with you in this life, where something is bothering you, and you can do something about it. That doesn't mean go fight people. It means make some changes. Right? It means something is wrong in that aspect of your life, and you need to make some adjustments to fix it, to become more aligned with yourself. What that is exactly, I think, is really going to be individual, like so many things. Ooh, somebody's been lying to you. I have revealed the truth. Well, isn't that some? Okay, I'm getting a bunch of different things from this card. Oh my goodness. All right. So one of those things is that the background kind of looks like a mirror to me. And it is like, reveal the truth about yourself, something that you've been oppressing, something that you've been hiding because it causes too many problems for you, but it's really your biggest gift and you're meant to use it. And that's for somebody. Also, for some of you, you feel like you've been the target of somebody's anger your whole life. And you were never the problem, it was them. And they were envious of you, jealous of you because you were living your authentic life and they were not. And they really wanted to be. And so they tried to shut you down because they've been shut down. And that's them trying to continue those ancestral patterns. And you're like, I'm not letting that happen anymore. You know, and then I'm also seeing that arrow above her head, like somebody just missed you. Some of you have somehow managed to avoid getting stuck in those ancestral patterns. They just missed you, even though you didn't see it. Even though at the time you didn't recognize what it was, because she's blindfolded, right? You just had this natural ability. You were born to kind of avoid it. And that has really set you apart from the people around you. And it makes you feel like you're broken. Some of you might be awakened beings, have an awakened consciousness, and maybe you were born that way. Okay, I feel that. And so you didn't realize that you were different for a long time. But that shit missed you. And now it's time you're going to take that blindfold off and see the truth. That there's nothing wrong with you. Okay? She's holding a book. So I do feel like you've gained a lot of wisdom throughout your life. It probably hasn't been easy. There's probably been a lot of things that could have made you be a very angry person. I don't think you are a very angry person, at least not most of you. But it's like, it's time to take the blindfold off and recognize who you are and how powerful you are. And own that shit. Accept it. Accept what you feel is your craziness, but it's really your power. And trust yourself. Trust yourself is key to this pile. Okay, so now I have, off camera, I have my pile of tea leaves that I'm just going to pull a couple from. And that's just to bring in a couple more specific messages for some people. These, if they resonate, fantastic. If not, don't worry about it. Okay, these are just little extra tidbits for somebody. All right, let's see what we got. September, interesting. Okay, so that's a month. And right now, at the time, this is a timeless reading, but at the time that I am recording this, it is July. So there could be something that is happening for you in September. In what way, I feel like I'm not even sure. So I'm not going to tell you what, but maybe something you're hoping for, maybe a change you're calling in, maybe something that this is meant to do for your life is happening in September. If you're watching it at any other time, let's see, we are in July, so August is something a month or two from now. Or I even heard within the next 2 months. So it could be like any time from tomorrow to 2 months from now. You will receive a gift. Fantastic. So maybe that's what September has to do with things, okay? You will receive a gift. But I do feel like, okay, I'm seeing that two ways. You will receive the gift when you accept yourself and you embody your authentic self and step into your power. That's for some of you. And some of you, you're receiving something. Some of you are the gift. You have the gift, okay? Your authentic self is the gift. You are already powerful. That is your gift. You just have to accept the gift. Literally accept the gift, right? One more. I have grasshopper. It says situations in the balance that require careful handling. Okay, that's for some of you. Again, maybe not all of you, but it means that you might be dealing with some spicy people in the process of this, right? Because you're breaking some ancestral patterns, and I'm telling you, family is a problem for some of you. Tread carefully as you navigate this situation. That doesn't mean don't handle it doesn't mean don't have those conversations. It just means like stay frosty. Okay? Like don't attack people. Don't come at them all spicy, divine wraith. Okay? Woosah yourself so that you can communicate from the place of wisdom and empathy and all of those beautiful things that I know you have inside of you. Okay? Don't communicate from a place of anger because it could get a little too spicy. All right, so again, that's just for some of you. Right now, I'm going to pull some tarot cards to go with this and get any more messages that Spirits wants us to know for pile 3. Ooh, okay. Ooh. We have some volunteers, or at least a volunteer. And it's a spicy one. It is death. Hello. Now, obviously, it doesn't mean literal death, but it is the end of something. It is the end, and it is transformation, and it is death and rebirth, and really stepping into your Phoenix energy, which is very fiery, isn't it? And and that particular card has a crown on it because you're stepping into your power. And in order to do that, you have to transform. You can't be a little caterpillar and learn to fly, right? So in order to fly, you need to step into your power. Because flying is an ability, isn't it? Now that's a metaphor, but obviously, you never know. I guess if some of you actually learn how to fly, I don't know. Let me know if you do. All right. Something is definitely, I mean, we are ending cycles too, as well, right? So, Ace of Swords. Ooh, a lot of aces. Pile 2 also had aces. Ace of Swords is like, there it is. Okay, there's your power. I do feel like we are having an epiphany. We are having a moment of clarity where we're like, aha, I just discovered this gift that I have, this ability that I had hidden away because somebody told me that it was bad and I should be ashamed of it. And now I'm rediscovering it, and I'm also discovering that that's where my power lies. That is where my gift is. Give it back. Okay? It's really, this is really like you're becoming clear on who you are and what you're capable of. And I think maybe embodying something that you kind of tucked away a long time ago. Let's get one more. Ten of Pentacles. Now this is really interesting because the Ten of Pentacles does talk about legacy, right? The legacy that you leave behind, the legacy that you are creating for your future ancestors. And I feel like that's relevant here. This is important work that you're doing because it's going to affect the generations that come after you. But also in this lifetime, as you're doing this work, as you are stepping into your power, as you are becoming the version of yourself that you were always meant to be, which might be a leader of some kind, you're manifesting this abundance for yourself. You are creating a legacy. You are building something that is valuable and that is going to leave a mark on this world. That's deep. All right, pile 3. There you have it. If this resonates with you, leave me some comments, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. I am not new to this space, but this is a new channel, so do make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of these readings. And I will see you next time.